Welcome back, everyone, to Let's Talk About Sleep, your favorite channel and mine. Even though that may not be true, I'm going to say it anyway. Here's the book, Let's Talk About Sleep. As we get to 1,000 subscribers, one lucky viewer at random will get a signed copy of that. Almost there, so keep them coming. Please share this with your friends and family, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section down below. Once a month, I'll make a video, or sometimes 2 or 3, answering all the questions from the month prior. So thanks for everybody who has been interacting, and keep them coming. And lastly, as I always say, these videos are for education only. Today, if you watch my TikTok videos, you know that we're going to be talking about today is something called Kleine-Levin syndrome. And it's a very rare condition. I'm just going to be consulting my notes here. Basically, 1 in 1 million. Okay, have this. So it's very, very rare. So I want to get that out of the way right off the bat. It's a very rare condition. Okay. What does it consist of? Well, essentially what it is, and the reason I'm bringing it up today is because these are people who have excessive sleepiness to the point where they're sleeping 20 hours a day. Okay. But it goes along with that, they also have hyperphagia, which means they eat constantly, hypersexuality, so they have very kind of bizarre. It's almost like they can't control themselves, and what happens is these episodes they'll last for a week, then go away, and then they may not come back for years, or they may have them much more frequently. Typically, like I said, though, they last for a week, but they may last for a month. It's variable. Because this condition is so rare, though, the kind of underlying causes and the exact preponderance of how often it occurs is not really well known. But like I said, about 1 in a million. The theory is that this comes from a viral illness, right? So whether it be an upper respiratory infection, I don't think there's any data just yet about COVID bringing this on, although I'm sure that will happen. But like I said, the main thing about it, though, is these people will sleep for 15 to 20 hours a day. Okay, and all of a sudden they'll just stop. Right? They'll have this period of a week or a month or so where they're sleeping all this time, and they'll go back to essentially normal. All right, along with these other symptoms. There's different reasons why people think this may happen. Okay, but one theory is that it involves the thalamus, which is kind of like the sensory relay for the brain. Another involves the temporal lobe, which is about over here. Some say the frontal lobe has some involvement. It's not really very clear. It may be a combination of things. Okay, but other people have thought it's a misfiring of serotonin or dopamine in the brain. But it's not really well known. One thing that always comes up in these kind of situations, did depression bring this on, or epilepsy, and that's not really been shown to be the case. Okay, but what is shown to be the case is that there is some genetic predisposition. So apparently this happens in Jewish people more often than others. So there does seem to be a genetic basis for that. It was first described in 1990. So it has been around or at least it's been described in the medical literature for 30 years or so. But because it's, like I said, because it's so rare, we don't know a lot about it. What do we do about it when patients have this? Well, again, it's very likely that a sleep specialist may not even see this in their entire career. I haven't seen a case yet. I saw somebody we thought may have had it, but turns out it wasn't. But basically, what we do about this is we use medications, things like lithium, which is oftentimes used for bipolar depression. It's a mood stabilizing agent. We sometimes use that in Klein-Levin syndrome. Sometimes we'll use stimulant medications during these periods of time. But these are kind of supportive measures, not really shown to reverse anything or shorten the periods of time. So it's one of those things that I think as we learn more about idiopathic hypersomnia and narcolepsy and conditions of sleepiness, right, disorders of sleepiness that come from the brain, hopefully we'll know more about something like this. But it's a very interesting condition. Like I said, there's hypersleep, right, hypersomnolence, hyperphagia, so recurrent eating episodes, and hypersexuality. So that's really what Kleine-Levin syndrome is known for. Very rare. Unfortunately, for those who have it, it's also very interesting, but it's very likely that you'll not see this in your life. But it is out there. All right. So that's the video for today. If there's any questions on this very interesting condition, please leave it in the comment section down below. If you know somebody who has it, or may have it, share this video with them. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, everybody, sleep well.